Kia ora and hello, here we are. We finally made it. Anyone would have thought there was a computer virus. Oh, okay, so we're all dressed up today. Well, I anyway.
Hi folks, how you doing?
We're very, 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 very excited. This is a big day for us in many ways. We were late because we drew the draw. That's better. No more glare. We were late.
Because?
That's a bit like the election thing with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump when she was doing that behind him and he was, that weird shit that was going on, the Illuminati and the Klan having a play together. Did I say that out loud? G'day, Heather.
Glad to see you here. It'll go later.
Okay, listen, we are a bit late because we drew that draw. Okay, and we're going to announce I am going to announce the winner at the end. Can we get this down so it's looking more at my
Yep. Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay, so we're wanting you all to come on. Part 5. Try to do it without the phone popping.
Whoops. Excuse me. I'm just going to keep going here.
That's it, darling. Okay.
I'm a good girl.
So part 5 today, viruses, the global phenomena. As in, have you noticed? Now, those of you who've been following on, viral 1, viral 2, viral 3, viral 4 was yesterday. We gave you some solutions, some tools. And thank you for those of you that have made contact with us and those of you that have booked to get help to release implants, trackers, and other energies, etc., remotely, because obviously we can't be everywhere at once physically, so we can do this remotely. Thank you for those that have. In the next 2 weeks, if you're wanting to book a remote healing for us to have a look at the viruses, the implants and the trackers, please do. This can be done remotely. We've done it many times and we're here to assist you. We do charge a fee for that and we are charging $90 for that. Okay, hi Debbie. So there we are. Now let's start ripping into it. Private message us if you want to about that.
Yep.
Okay.
So today we've got a little bit of, just want to jump in here. We also promised that on this day, on the 28th, not only were we going to do the draw, which Heather will announce later,
yes,
but we were also going to bring through some channeled information day. So we're going to do some channeling. So, I'm up for that.
So we did say we'd do that. We're going to do that at the end of every month. And it's not the last day, but who cares? We can do it at the end of the month, which
Absolutely.
is today for us.
Yeah. So, we will be doing that. We also want to touch a little bit, if you notice the title that we did, we put Part 5, Viral Energy Global. Because here in New Zealand, I'm not allowed to say So everybody out there, count how many times I say and put a number in the comments. Say, Lou, you said X many times.
3 already.
Because you know what it is? You see, when I think about it, so what it is that we woke up here in New Zealand and we were going through the news feed.
We did wake up.
And we did. In New Zealand. And we've also heard on the radio and news and all the rest that there's all these outbreaks, childhood diseases, measles, etc., right? So my question is this a viral global epidemic, as in a viral energy trying to recontrol us, trying to get into our world through fear, through all of the different things that we felt were all under control because we'd all been vaccinated and medical world had taken care of all these different things. Well, I wasn't vaccinated that much. In fact, when I was a kid, I'd go to what they called play dates. And my mother would say to anybody that had mumps or rubella or chickenpox or whatever it was, they had play dates, and us kids used to get in there and our immune system naturally learnt to defend ourselves without vaccination.
So here's a question to our group and anyone that's watching later. Give us a thumbs up if that's the way your parents were. Like, get in there, get immune to it, do it naturally. Give us a thumbs up. There's no right or wrong with this.
No, we're not promoting anything.
There was no right or wrong with this. We are not saying that anything right or wrong. We're just saying this is the way that Louise did it. Myself, we got vaccinated and I got terrible measles.
I had mumps twice. I had one side of the neck came up, and then the other side. And my mom said I looked like a little chipmunk so much that she had to actually wrap my head with a big bow and all the rest of it.
Nothing much has changed. Can't help myself sometimes.
But what I want to say is that, you know, when I look at the fear that is in the world, in the society at the moment, where you have New York going into a state of emergency.
A state of emergency over measles.
Over measles.
Oh my God, there's a measles rampage running through town. What do they look like? I want to know, what would the measles look like if they were running through town? What colour would they be? What cloud colour? What fume colour? What sort of outfits they would have if they had troops on? The measles are running through New York.
So apparently what's happening is the lockdown is if you've not been vaccinated, you won't get into any public services, into the malls, into the shopping, into anything like that. You basically are told you have to stay at home.
Stop. This sounds like more separation to me. The ones that have been vaccinated and the ones that haven't.
So we've got outbreaks that I've seen through and heard through the news here in New Zealand. There's been a few outbursts and outbreaks and all the rest of it. But my big question is this. Why are they coming back? Now, one group will say, oh, that's because this group here won't vaccinate their children. But that group there is saying, yes, but your children are so full of aluminium and this, that, and the next thing through vaccinations that your kids are sick, and that's encouraging the virus to be upsurge.
So please feel free to share this video too,
Yeah.
by the guys.
And to be quite honest, if you want to vaccinate, vaccinate. If you don't want to vaccinate, don't vaccinate. It's your personal choice, and you have to know that that's your choice. I can't say anything that's going to stop you or start you. You have to do that on your own. But this is what I'm noticing. I can see Heather's about to jump in here, so I'm going to jump out and she's going to jump in.
Right, hi, it's Heather here, and I've got my Arizona jacket on today. Oh, am I on the wrong show? I thought this was the catwalk. No, it's not. Okay, we're having a bit of fun today. We're in celebration mode. We're celebrating our life. We're celebrating the winner of the draw. We're celebrating that we can talk openly about vaccinations. We're celebrating the fact that we're healthy and we're alive, and we're celebrating community. We're also celebrating that one of our properties settled today. Yes, without a hitch. It's just been a breeze, and we're pleased because it means that the debt we owe to the central banking system is diminishing, and that's what we want. Okay, back on to flus. What about people that get a flu injection each winter? Now, each winter, people get a flu injection, those that get a flu injection, and I've had friends and older friends that have done that, and not long after they get that flu injection, they get very sick with the flu. Go figure. I've never had a flu injection in my life, and I don't get the flu. What I do get and am aware of is different energy things, that imbalances that arise in my system, and some of those happen to be viral. If we can get on that quickly and release that and come into our proper natural immune system balance, then we've got a better chance of deflecting anything that comes our way. Now, if you've been watching studiously, you'll notice that as we've been talking, part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 today, we're first told that these viruses came from an off-planetary environment and were implanted into humanity. Could this be another form of control? I believe so, because I think our natural original blueprint is one of abundance and perfect health in many, many ways. But that is so far back and has been covered up so far back in history, and our history has been altered and manipulated in so many ways that we've actually forgotten. It's not even in our books. There might be some reference in the Bible or some other wonderful tablets like the Sumerian tablets, but for the most of us, and I'm talking about general populace, they have no idea that they're capable of accessing that true health. Well, we're here to tell you that you can.
It looks like we're doing a bit of a yin and yang and a yo-yo sort of thing between us today. And that's great fun, because what we want you guys to see out there is that when we refer to viral energy, when we're looking at it, we're not just looking at it as a a disease and a sickness within somebody. It's an energy that sits within the very fabric, the very skin of our world. If you dig up soil, you're going to find bacteria, you're going to find viruses. If you start looking at us as a physical being, you're going to find the same thing. But what many people do is they don't go into the energy of our global world. They don't go into the energy of our solar system, of our galaxy, of the Milky Way, etc., etc., etc. Because in there is also influences that come at us in a viral energy way. So we have to look at a viral energy not just as a physical manifestation of something, but also as an energetic implant, an energetic way of interfering with us. And this is why we look at the fact and we go, well, hang on, what is going on? Why are we in this sort of frequency? Because what happens when we are under attack of any particular way, what we tend to do is we tend to look at a natural thing instead of going outside and looking at the supernatural or the esoteric way. And what I think we're going to do is I'm going to bring the guys in through now, and we'll see what they've got to do. And I've got no idea who's coming through, so it could be the Galactics, it could be whoever.
Do you want to sit? Do you want to lie down? What do you want to do?
I'll just sit here and breathe.
Okay. Lou's going to sit and breathe and connect, and the ability as a transmitter she's going to bring through the energy, the appropriate energy, to communicate to you, probably about this subject and maybe something more, because as we promised, once a month we're going to be doing this. Okay, so press the share button. Share with your friends. Share. That'd be great. And don't stop inviting people to like and follow our page, because if you've enjoyed it and you're enjoying the conversation and you're getting something out of it, then I'm absolutely positive that many of your friends and your colleagues and your family members will too, okay? The other thing is I'd like to thank Heather S., who's watching at the moment, and say thank you for the job you're doing as admin, etc., setting up our ItisCosmic YouTube. We've got some more stuff going up there. I was doing some loading myself, and ItisCosmic podcast coming up, so we're really, really excited about all that. Please remember to private message us if you want to get some remote healing via us, okay? If you're doing your own healing, it's not quite working for you, you're unsure, you can always message us or book a session, okay? That's what we're here for. So, in connection, we will be announcing the winner at the end of this channeling, so hold tight. In fact, we've got a video depicting the draw that was absolutely beautiful to watch, and it was drawn by our real estate agent, just to let you know that there was no meddling in this particular draw. If you've got any questions around this virus conversation, then please place it up. Place it up here in this chat box, and we can ask the energies that come through.
Greetings, dear friends. I am back in your presence at this particular moment. I am Ashtar. I am the commander of the Ashtar Command. It has taken me a fair distance, shall we say, of traveling upon that which is the light years of your measurements, to come into this time and into this frequency, to be in your presence, be in your moment, be in this time of this particular construct of communication. Now, you may say, well, why am I here today? Because we are always interested in what humanity is up to. There have been various communiques on my behalf through various mouthpieces that I speak to and speak through. And I mean no disrespect when I say mouthpiece, because they are speaking as if they were me, yes? And so my message is coming through various ways and various means. And what I would like to speak to you today is this one thing. In this moment, yes, my dear friends, have been speaking to you about the viral energy that is relevant in this particular world. It is absolutely inundated within your species. There are viruses upon viruses, and yes, many of them are small and insignificant, and others will inflict upon the human race many great variances of dis-ease, of ailment, of distraction, of breakdown, of mental capacity, being incapacitated, etc., etc. And there are various ways to deal with this. You have gifts, you have talents, you have those who are well suited to assist you and to get you into a frame and into a place where you are able to release the viral infections, the viral energies that are within your capabilities of bodies, of that which is, and I say bodies because you have physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. Now, what is it that I wish to speak to you about? It is this, that you are all on a journey of great discovery. And this is nothing new. But what is beginning to happen at this particular time, my friends, is that you are in a flux. You have had great energies coming in, not only just through the recent maneuvers of the planetary systems, where you've had openings and doorways through the equinox systems coming through. You've felt the rush of energy coming in. There is something else in the wings, if I may say. Yes? You felt the urgency that has been rising up in the energy. There is something that is drawing your attention. And while that is drawing your attention, what is outworking on the planet Earth is that you are seeing the ripples or the unfolding of that which is the ongoing attacks, the ongoing ripping aside or asunder of the human species. Excuse me. Now understand this, that you are in a beautiful, direct impact motion. So in other words, what we're saying is you are in motion. You are in the flow. You are beginning to unfold your own energy. You are beginning to step out of that which is the shadows. You are stepping out of that which is your little quarter, your little sector of beingness, and you are stepping into the flow of energy that comes not only from the many galactic communities and the galactic humans, but from that which is upon your planet, the Earth species, the original humans rising up and beginning to take their place within the great cosmic plan. What happens with that is that you begin to take responsibility of what is happening on planet Earth. When you begin to take responsibility of what is happening on planet Earth, what begins to occur is an awakening process that even is far greater than your own perceptions of what you have ever felt before. When you begin to waken up as a worker of light, as a light worker, as a worker of energy, as an energy worker, you begin to understand and comprehend at a layer of understanding, of knowledge that has never entered your vicinity of comprehension before. And I'm very clear on this. You have had many teachers, many that will claim to speak from this person and this being and that person, and they will say there is nothing new under the sun, and they are correct. They will say to you, oh, everything that has ever been done has already been done. They are correct. But here is the difference. The shift and the dynamics that are happening in the different quarters of the fractal universe are so unfolding at this moment that you are finding that there are overlaps occurring in the multiverses that you exist in. Now, often we have told you of the multiverses where you exist simultaneously in a secondary and a third and a fourth universe. These universes live in a symbiotic relationship with each other, so whatever happens in one must happen in the other. For argument's sake, you have your soul partner, and you are in a union, and you've been together for 50 odd years. In the other universe, your soul partner and you have been together for 50 odd years. You perhaps lose your soul partner, the male part. In the other universe, you may find the flip side of that, or the mirror image happens where the male partner loses the female partner. What is happening at this moment is there is an overlay. There is an overlapping of universal interference. And this is causing a great disruption, a great influx of energy that is coming into your earth, into your planet, and many of you are looking at this going, oh, how wonderful this energy is. And we would say to you, be aware that the energy that is coming in, while yes, it is strong, and yes, those who are capable of identifying the fluxes and the knowledge base of this energy can tap into it, can use it, but it is not your earth frequency, it's not your earth vibration. It is the other universal earth vibration. And so what happens is your earth vibration is also interfering with theirs. And why this is happening is because globally, if I can use that terminology to get you to understand that which is happening at a cosmic level, there is the unfolding and the folding in of timelines at a great rate of measurement. So what is happening is as your expansion is coming up and out, and you as a species are rising up and taking your place, beginning to sit at the seats of the council tables, as you are beginning to rise up and dictate as to what happens on your planet as awakened beings, so too are other nations within the other universes. But there are other things at play which don't want this to happen. All right? They don't want this unification energy to enter into any overlapping universal state. So what do I mean by this? I mean that there is I'm going to use a terminology that is quite old. There is a war at hand. Yes? A war where you are rising up and you are taking your place. In the other universe, you are rising up, you are taking your place. But in both places, there are elements that want to separate and destroy what is happening. Because if we find that there is the equilibrium and there is a balance of rising up in energy, what is happening is that which you so fondly refer to as the ascension journey is gearing up a notch or 5. The vibrations that you are beginning to feel in the heart chakra, in the opening of the third eye, everything that is beginning to happen, the realistic lucid dreaming that is more real than has ever been before, where you are experiencing meeting yourself not just in a dream state, but in an almost awake state that is far more real than you've ever experienced. When you are in the experience of being in another town, another city that is exactly like yours, but there are just so many nuances and little things that just aren't right, that you go, it must be a dream. Dear ones, the Ashtar Command have been observing these phenomenons along with the other galactic outposts for many thousands of cycles. The emissaries that we have sent out on our behalf to the multi-worlds, be they Arcturian, Palladian, Lyran, galactic human, it has the same message. Put down your weapons, and your weapons are your mouthpieces, your thoughts, the angers of your heart. Put down your destructive natures and come into a place of balance. Come into, firstly, your own resonance, your own place of knowledge, of understanding of who you are, because this is where the battle is taking place. Yes, cosmically and in the outside world of the greater space continuum, we are physically battling various places and various species on behalf of the entirety of the Ascension Cosmos collective, yes? But your battle for ascension, your battle for your world begins here. Begins inwardly. Not, shall I say, not just here at the heart chakra. Yes, I'm talking metaphorically of that which is within you. You have to rise up within yourself and say to yourself, am I the I am that I am, or am I just so-and-so? Am I ready to take myself seriously and step out of the victimhood and not give a shit, as you say, or a damn, or a snowball's chance in hell, whatever the statement of yours refers to? Are you going to stop saying it's everybody else's fault? And are you as a people, you as a nation of humanity, going to say, this is my responsibility, I will take care of my part and allow you to take care of your part? Because when you come into this place of mastery within self, of regaining the integrity of who you are, when you look at what is happening around you and understand that it is mirroring the defects of your own energy, and that you are to look at your energy no matter how perfect you think you are, there is room for more ironing out. Yes? Now, this message is not particularly love and light. It's not particularly sugar and spice. But it is what it is to get your attention, to understand that you, my dear ones, you are the reason for this overlapping. Because you are rising your frequency, you are raising that which is within yourself, your conscious connection, your conscious choice. You are coming together in groups. You are solidifying, you are like Mercury, running back into your home base. Now, there are many groups out here that have what we would call a misnomer, a carcinogenic, because they are not the correct frequency. Because within them they have allowed groups to come, or beings to come into the group that should not be there. Now, I'm not saying you need to create separation. What I'm saying to you is this. When you meet, as you humans like to say, your tribe, your group of beings, it is a seamless and a flowing connection. It is not hard. It is not something that you have to work to. It is not something you have to prove. And it's not something that you have to follow strict rules by. It just is. It is as you use on this planet Mercury, the liquid metal. Strong, malleable, fluid, and yet can be used for good and also in many ways for not so good. And that is humanity. Humanity is like Mercury. And you have to choose in this moment, are you going to use your energy? Are you going to allow yourselves to be used for the negative or for the positive? And that is a question that is not, shall we say, an arbitrary thing that I am saying. For the energy flux at this moment, this overlaying, all of this that is rushing in, is opening up this earth plane to other influences far beyond your solar system. You've heard of the reptilians and the Dracos and all of these. Their masters are watching very, very carefully. The puppeteers are observing what frequency is best to use to disrupt the human genome. They are watching and observing how they can best create disturbances in the symbiotic relationships upon your surface lands and the cultures therein. Dear humans, my message from the Ashtar Command is one that we want you to hear, of encouragement. For yes, all of this stuff is happening, and all of this is aware. But understand that when you, as a unified human species, as a nation of human beings, rise up in a singleness and go, no more. No more blaming. No more fighting another person's fight. No more defamation. No more ripping somebody else down. No more out there. And you begin to focus back here. And you begin to correct the alignment that is here. Then you begin to see the ripple and the spiral energy spreading out. And that begins with yourself. It is time to step out of your self-imposed separations, to address the issues that need to be addressed, to look at what is truth and what is fear and what is lie. And ask yourself, am I forever going to put myself into a machinery that dictates I must live in fear? Or will I use the machinery, the processing, so that it benefits myself, but then I am also able to use it to create? Because I want you to hear this. This construct that you call the Matrix, this construct that you say is the Illuminati, the this, the that, the different names that you give it. Every time you discuss it in the way that you do, you are empowering them over you. You are giving away your power to them because you are saying, oh, they have this much and they have this and this and this. Even when you discuss to disclose, where are you coming from? A place of power or a place of fear? And your interactions, are they creating fear or are they creating upliftment, education, and empowerment? Remember, humans, galactic humans, original humans. Remember, starseed that have chosen to live in this world at this time as humans. You are here for a specific reason, and that is to hold the vibration, to come into this timing zone, in this light year, in this frequency, to establish a platform that you may step up, off from, into a deeper, wider, and more beneficial lifestyle and way of being. How do you remove the poison from a snake? How do you use that poison that you've now got from the snake for yourself without fear? You must first study the reptile. You must have intimate knowledge of how the reptile works. What is its behavioral pattern? What is its way of hibernation? When does it eat? How long does it sleep after it is consumed? When is it sluggish and when is it more alert? And when you know when its weakest places of being, that is when you capture it and you take its jaw and you push down and you trigger the glands. And the poison is released into a container. You now have the very weapon of the snake, the reptile. How you use that weapon dictates who you are. And what I have just described is those people that have learnt and studied from the Illuminati, the Vatican, the 1%. You've studied them and you know how to defang them. You know how to use their poison. But what most people have been doing is they've been putting that poison in diluted form into the society that they say they are trying to help. So my question is, are you not part of that 1%? And I will just leave you to think about that. This is a complex speak today. Because when you take everything at face value, you are lying to yourself. Everything you see has multiple levels of deeper connection. So when you are attacked in one area, ask yourself why. What is going on? What do I need to address in my own energy? Because if you are in perfect alignment, that outside interference would not have occurred. And you do not want to hear that. You do not want me to say those words, because then what it does is it gives you no quarter. It gives you no room to maneuver, to shift blame, to deflect to someone else, to take the spotlight and shine it on someone else so no one looks at you. But I am saying, we see you. We see these ones. And it is time to turn the spotlight back to oneself and illuminate what needs to be removed, to defang your own poison, to defang yourself. The warfare that you deal with, or you think we deal with out there, begins here. Begins in how you connect with the entities, as you call them, or the aliens, the greys, the Dracos. How you permit them and allow them to infiltrate. That's where the warfare becomes real. And from here, it then reflects out there. And we then mop up what has started here. Now, beloved humans, understand, I am not berating you. What I am trying to do is to open your eyes, open your consciousness, that you must come from a conscious, deliberate place of being. I believe the Lyrans call it a place of honor and dignity, of immovable truth, where you are so filled with your own honor, your own dignity, your own integrity, that you cannot be shaken from your truth. It is immovable. Because when you are from that place, or as the Ascended Masters, the Angelics, call it the divine, or the I am that I am. The place of core truth. When that is resonating beyond a shadow of a doubt, it will, and this is something you have to understand, it will vibrate a resonance in others that will dislodge their sensibilities. And they will turn on you if they are out of balance. That is not your fault. You do not need to suddenly go fixing something in yourself. They will act and be as they are until they come into balance. But what your responsibility is to remain in integrity and truth. And allow them to experience their own pain until they learn to heal, or they reach out for assistance in healing. So we at the Ashtar Command are saying that we are observing. Yes, we have alleviated much of the pressures and the outer parameters, so that you do not get the full frontal onslaught of energies coming through. But we are still removing ourselves further and further afield to give you, the human being, the right of abode, the right to exercise your choices, your will, your freedom in the expansiveness of setting your own parameters around your planet by connecting to the silicon grid line, to the crystalline grid line, to the electrical grid line, to the human grid line, to all of those that are there above this planetary system, intersecting. Because when you know the grid lines around you, you are able to deflect man-made grid lines that you all seem to fear. Fear will create within you the disease and the illnesses that you most fear. Remember, the only thing you really need to fear is fear itself. And if you can learn that fear is nothing more than a toothless, aged mouse with a megaphone and a magnifying glass, and it is pretending to create a greater noise than what it actually is. When you can understand that, fear will lift from you. I do not mock fear. I do not belittle it in the human species, for I understand that your life plan and the cellular memory and the traumas within your bodies hold many, many recorded events where fear has led you into dark places. You need to say to yourself and ask yourself, is this another dark place I need to visit? And if it is not, release the fear and get assistance where you need it. Overall, this is a wonderful time to be here. It is a wonderful time to explore the overlapping energies of the multiverses that are entering into your sphere. It is a wonderful time to learn from yourselves in the other universes that are colliding into this place. It is time, humanity, to rise and to truly know who you are in every part and every moment. The teachers amongst you, Stop relying on old information and bring the new information through. It's here, it's waiting, it's ready. Teach what is truth, using the foundations that you have. So I am Ashtar, and I could stand here and speak with you for many hours more. But perhaps that will be for another time and another day. I am Ashtar, and for the Ashtar command, I salute you. And I am now withdrawing my energy. And I leave you in peace.
There we are, guys. That was our monthly channeling for you that we'll be doing every month, on top of our daily segments. So Alfred, we were talking about viral part 2, but part 5, drawing the winner, and we just had Ashtar. Okay, everybody. That was pretty comprehensive, I think. There was a lot of information there, and certainly a lot of clarity for myself as well. Lots of information and clarity around if we're going to be out of balance and in fear, then we're going to be attracting those energies that we don't want. I thought it was really interesting too, that what he talked about when he said, what energies are you bringing into your groups? What energies are you bringing in? If something doesn't feel right, guys, say it, speak it, confront it. And I loved what he said about when you're connecting with your tribe, it should be easy, like mercury and fluid and flowing, and without the dogma, the rules and the judgment. We've recently discovered that with one of our beautiful sisters, that how easy it is and how flowing it is. There should not be the judgment or the dogma when you're connecting with your real family tribe. You know what I mean? It should just flow. If it's not flowing and you're not in that place, have a look at where you're coming from, for starters. Is there anything you need to release? Then go back in there. So that was an enormous topic. So our winner of the tribe, here I'm stuck on tribe, the winner of the draw today, I've got the video there, and I'm going to click up the link now. Hang on a minute. Don't know how that's going to work.
There is a comment.
Can't seem to. If you could, the link should be. Anyway, while Lou's doing that, guys, I don't want to keep you too long. It's been a big download tonight. And hi to our new people here. Please like and follow our page, ItisCosmic. And the winner of that draw, as pulled, here we are, here's the link. And you can see the authenticity of it. Click on that link and you'll see that our real estate agent actually arrived with a wonderful parcel to thank us for giving her commission. I mean, for believing in her. No, it's a win-win situation. We're very happy with our agent. And she drew it for us. We asked her. I said, this is what we do. She said, cool, that's fine. And it was Heather S. Heather Stanker. Heather, you have won the session with Louise. If you want to gift that to somebody else, then just private message us and let us know. So we had 5 people in that draw. So those 5 people had brought in 50 people to ItisCosmic, and we thank you very much, and we thank you for everybody that's invited their friends along. Please share the heck out of this. I do believe that Ashtar message is really powerful. Please share it around. And it's a reminder for myself too, not to look outside myself for the things that are coming in, but to be here. Heather wants us to gift it. You just let us know who you want us to gift it to, and we will gift it. I know you have friends and people that you love, so just let us know who you want us to gift it to, Heather. How are you doing, darling? You good?
Yeah.
Did you want to share what you saw? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just overheating.
Sorry if the camera was a little bit going like this, but Ashtar managed to walk his way around the whole room with me following him on a tripod, which wasn't easy on my hands and crawling on my stomach. Thank you, everybody. You are a very important part of our community. If you've got any questions and you want to private message us, please do. If you want to take advantage of some healing, some remote healing, please private message us, and we ask for a donation, a fee of $90 for that. It's 90 Australian. We're moving into Australian currency for that. Okay. Namaste. Take care. Love yourself before you love anybody else. You are the key to your own growth. Thank you.